All right. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about relationships and ethics in ministry. We want to talk about starting out right? Because starting out right in ministry is important. And it's important to know that ministry isn't about chasing titles, it's not about chasing platforms or recognition. It's about cultivating a deep intimacy with God and walking in genuine humility before Him. Because shepherding God's people, it's a sacred calling. It's not a career ladder. We cannot be driven by ambition or self promotion. So, starting out right means we commit ourselves to Scripture as our ultimate authority. It means that we're willing to serve in hidden ways where nobody claps for us, right? There's no applause. And it means that we love people sacrificially and not transactionally, as human nature tends to do. Jesus himself, he gave us the foundation for this in Matthew 22:37 through 38, where he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And at its core, this is an invitation to relationship, not just religion. And God desires a love that flows from the deepest places of who we are, right? Our emotions, our will, our thoughts, even our very identity. And loving him with all our heart means surrendering our desires and our affections. Loving him with all of our soul, it means entrusting him with our life and our purpose. And loving him with all of our mind, it means aligning our thoughts and our decisions with his truth. And this is not just a box that we check off, right? This is the foundation of everything else. Because when we love him first and most, every other relationship and every other pursuit in life will find its right place. One of those relationships is marriage, right? Marriage and ministry. We need to know that they're not competing priorities. They're complementary callings. Yes. And Rick and Kay Warren, they've said it so clearly that the relationship between husband and wife, it must be rooted in mutual love, mutual humility, and respect if their shared ministry is going to flourish. And this has been deeply important for me personally because I too am walking in ministry alongside my wife. A healthy marriage, it becomes a living testimony of the gospel. It shows forgiveness, grace, partnership, and it shows it in action. Loving our spouse is both an ethical and responsible spiritual discipline. To honor them is to honor God. And let's talk about how culture gets in there, right? Because ministry doesn't just collide with marriage, it also collides with culture. Culture often shapes what society considers to be moral. But those standards, they shift with time and trends and popular opinion. And what one generation accepts as moral, the next generation may reject it. But Christian ethics, however, they're rooted in God's unchanging character and revealed through the scripture. They call us not just to follow cultural norms, but to live according to God's higher standard of holiness, love, and justice. And culture may approve of certain behaviors or attitudes, but Christians are called to run them through the filter of Christ's teachings. Right? Now, let's just move into something that's very important, and that's the dangers in ministry, or what we some call the dark side of ministry. It's very important. It's a very real thing. And I'll be transparent with you. You know, there are days as a new pastor when discouragement hits me harder than I ever expected. There's times that I thought I'd find strength and guidance from my mentoring pastor, but instead, you know, at times I often felt unsupported, left to figure things out on my own. And that silence makes me wonder if I even belong here sometimes, you know? And then there's the weight of my past mistakes, failures, right? Seasons that I wish I could just erase. And that, it just adds to the struggles that I still wrestle with today. And I find myself asking sometimes, God, did you really mean to place me in this office? Right? In those moments, I can sometimes feel unworthy, not clean enough, not strong enough to carry his calling. Yet, even in that tension, I do sense God whispering, I did not call you because you're flawless. I called you because I am faithful and I love you. And maybe you need to hear that today as well. That reminder, it steadies me, and I pray that it will steady you. But here's the truth that we just can't ignore, right? The dark side of ministry is real. the pressures that we carry, the expectations that we face, and the weight of shepherding people's souls, it can push us towards unhealthy escapes. And if we don't have accountability and transparency, well, none of us, right, are above reproach. Without trusted people who know that what our real struggles are, we can begin to lean on things that numb us instead of heal us. And when those cracks become breaches, it not only wounds us and hurts us, but it hurts the church. It wounds the church. And that's why accountability and transparency, they're not an optional thing. They're not optional things. They're vital. And being part of Celebrate Recovery for over a decade, I did learn a couple things, and that is accountability. It isn't weakness, it's protection. And transparency isn't shame, it's strength. And if we want the church to stand strong, we must commit to walking in the light together, surrounding ourselves with people who ask us the hard questions and know who those people are, and when we're not okay, that they will ask those things of us. They need to know us well and ask, are you okay, when they know we're not, and dig deeper and push a little harder. So starting out right in ministry, it means this: intimacy with God, loving him with our whole being, honoring our marriage and standing firm in God's ethics, confessing our struggles, surrounding ourselves with truth-telling accountability. That's not glamorous, right? That won't trend, but it's what lasts. And that's what keeps us faithful to God, who called us in the first place, because it's all about him, right? So I hope this encourages you. I hope it enlightens you. And I want you all to have a blessed day.